Welcome back to another online yoga class with me. Get yourself in a comfortable seated position. Does not have to be cross-legged. Make yourself nice and comfortable, at ease. We're letting go of all previous events that have led us up to where we are right now. We are starting fresh. When you have found your comfortable position, allow yourself to close your eyes, and we're going to take a brief opportunity here at the start of our class to connect to the breath. Notice how we're feeling. Notice any and all sensation within the body. If you are experiencing or noticing any short, shallow breathing, go back to encouraging that long, slow and steady breath that by now we're well and used to using it. We know how it goes. Focusing on slow, steady, long inhales in through the nose and full complete exhales back out through the nose, fully emptying the lungs. With each inhale, we feel our belly expand with air. And as we exhale, we squeeze navel back in towards the spine. With our inhales, we're taking in our focus of relaxation as always. And as we exhale, let go of the excess, unnecessary stress, anxiety, tension, any of that kind of stuff, the self-judgment, self-criticism, don't need that. We are starting this class fresh, letting go of all that negativity. Feel free to keep your eyes closed for this first part. I'll let you know when we can open them. We're starting off with our subtle and gentle movements of the body just to warm up and wake up. Starting off by rolling the shoulders, rolling our shoulders back. And roll the shoulders forward. Shoulders to stillness, bringing our rolls into the neck. Slow, big circles in one direction. Back in the opposite direction. And back to stillness. Feel free to open your eyes, keep them closed if you want. Going to extend our legs out straight in front of us. Going to come into a spinal twist, so bending one knee, placing it over, if I can talk, over top of your other knee. Going to twist into the direction of this knee, placing the opposite elbow outside the knee, looking over our back shoulder. And release. Let's take this over to the other side.
I'll see tonight.
And release. We're going to take that inhale, bring your arms up. We're going to hinge from the hips, fold forwards, exhale and fold. drawing ourselves back up to a nice and straight spine. Placing our hands behind us on the mat. We're going to squeeze, engage the core. We're going to lift our hips up off the mat, pointing our toes. Keep that core engaged. We're looking up. Keep your hips high. Don't let your hips drop. Hold them up. And release. Come down. We're going to bring our legs further apart so we are in a wide sit. Hands behind the head. We're going to inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale to the center. We're continuing this movement. Exhale into the side, elbow to knee. Inhale back to the center. Take your time. There's no rushing with these movements. We're hitting our obliques here, so our outer abdominal muscles. Nice and subtle. We're getting good stretch. Couple more. And back to the center. Release the hands. We're going to come into a stretch here. So bringing one foot in towards the hips. We're going to stretch over to this opposite foot. Move a bit so you can see me once again. Terrible setup. So we're taking our inhale here. We're going to exhale to reach over to our foot. Whenever we're doing a side stretch and reach, we make sure we're reaching over the top of our ear. So we're not cutting off our reach, we're getting a nice stretch to the side of the body, so over the ear. Let's release and take us through to the other side. Same thing again, inhale here. Let's exhale, we're coming over. Over the top, oh, my voice just broke. Over the top of that ear, making sure we're not cutting off our stretch, we're getting good stretch to the side of the body. And let's release. From here, bring your other foot in together. So we're here in our butterfly. Taking a second here, focusing on the posture and form. So making sure we're engaging our abdominal muscles. So we're squeezing our navel into the spine, nice and straight. We've got our hips stacked beneath our ribs, stacked beneath our neck. So neck over the hips, is it neck over the ribs, ribs over the hips. There you go, I finally got it. So nice and straight. Feel free to close the eyes. We are going to introduce a forward fold into this. So as always, hinging from the hips, not the back. We're going to start to lower our body towards the mat. So straight spine, as you can see as I come down my spine and stay straight, I'm not hunching over like that. Straight spine, come straight down. And focusing on the breath. A good trick here, if you're trying to really aim to get your body down onto the mat, is to aim to hit your chin instead of your forehead onto the mat. If you aim with your forehead, you kind of start to introduce that really curved spine, whereas if you're aiming with your chin, you're more likely to keep it nice and straight. So aim with the chin. Let's slowly lift up. We're going to bring our knees back together. As we've got our knees together like this to come down onto the back. So we're holding the knees into the chest. We're going to do a little bit of a massage for our lower back and hips. So give it a bit of a rock from side to side. Drawing circles with the knees. And hold into the knees. We're going to bring some separation, opening up through the hips and pelvis. And we're just focusing on letting this area rock from side to side. Opening up here. If we're comfortable here, let's bring the feet up, coming into our happy baby. When we come into our happy baby, our head stays on the mat. We're not lifting up. Our feet aren't coming in together. They're not going away from each other. Our knees are not over our body. Our knees are away from the body. I know it's a lot of things to remember, but we want to keep really good form. If you can't quite master the form today, that's fine. Bring your feet down, hold them to the knees. So it's absolutely fine. You're still going to get a really similar stretch. If you want to do some side-to-side rocking, you're more than welcome to do so. We're just going to be resting here for a few breaths. And feet down, knees back together. One last little massage and roll. And feet down onto the mat. From here, we're going to do a couple of our spinal twists, so arms out at shoulder height, letting our knees drop one direction, face always opposite direction. Just swapping whenever you feel like you're ready. Making sure you are listening to the body. Knees remain stacked for a deeper stretch. For a looser stretch, knees further apart. When you're ready on your next stretch, we're going to come back to the center, so placing our feet back down on the mat, bringing the arms beside the body. We're going to bring in a movement with the breath, so using our bridge to come in and out with the breath. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the hips up off the mat, engaging the glutes, making sure knees have got I can talk. Knees directly going over the big toes, arms straight up. Exhale, arms and hips down. Inhale to lift. Rest here for a moment at the top of your breath. Exhale to lower.
Even if the sun burns out, you'll find a woman like
Take your time, there's no rush.
they volunteer, they want to see you know, they want to say. And if we wait, time will sink you. I volunteer, I want to see you know, I want to say.
Always engaging our glutes at the top as well, so really squeezing them. When we come into our bridge, it's all about keeping that straight line. We're not overstretching. Couple more. And back down. From here, we're going to come to our figure four stretch. So lifting up one foot, we're going to place that ankle on the knee, lifting up our back foot, interlacing hands back behind the knee, otherwise just holding onto the thigh. Either feel free to keep that knee bent or can straighten that leg. We're going to draw our legs in towards the body. Stop at a point where you start to feel a stretch. You're going to be feeling that stretch through our bent leg, maybe potentially also through our straight leg, but more so along the side of our bent leg. Focusing here on the breath. Nice, slow and steady breaths.
Fantasize of the escape. Although I do it most days. Got the black dog to the gate. But he never liked to run.
Let's release and take it over to the other side.
I can't see this body's grave. Tombstone uncovered in there. Houdini, show me your way. I disappear in a flash.
And once again, we're going to release and release that one as well. We're going to come so our knees bent, feet up on the mat. We're going to do a couple rolls of our spine. So feel free to hold onto the backs of the knees. We're going to be rolling our spine, tapping our toes. So tapping toes behind if you can. Coming forward, tap the toes on the mat. Coming back, extending the legs, tapping the toes if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Tapping the toes in front. A couple more times. Nice and slow. One more time. This time as we roll forward, we're stopping here, engaging with core in our boat, focusing on the breath. If you want to keep the knees bent, you can. If you want to place your hands on the ground, you can. It is up to you. Focus on the breath. And feet down, swing them around behind you. So we are in our kneeling position. We are in our kneeling position. We're going to do some focus on our upper body, so stretching neck, shoulders, upper back, starting off with our seated cat-cow. So with our seated cat-cow, got our hands on the knees. We're going to inhale, and as we inhale, we're puffing the chest forward, rolling the shoulders back, looking up. As we exhale, arching the back, tucking chin into chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest, looking up. Exhale, arch the spine, give it a good round, chin to chest. We're even moving our hips, rocking our hips back as we inhale. And as we exhale, rolling our hips. So it's a full spinal movement here. One more. And back to a neutral spine. Going to pick up one arm, bend at the elbows, going to come across and hold that elbow, stretch it over to the side. Remember to keep slow and steady breaths. Take it over to the other side. And release. We're going to come into our next stretch. So bend the elbow, interlace the fingers, or just see if you can touch the fingertips together. We're going to focus on a really nice and straight back. Slow and steady breath. Let's swap sides. And release. Lastly, we're going to come into our backwards Palms to the heart, so seeing if you can connect either just the fingertips or the whole palm, pressing our elbows back. So when I say pressing our elbows back, we're not letting our elbows sit forward, they're coming back, really opening up to the chest. And let's release. From here, I'm just moving around so you can see me. We're in our seat position. Gonna place our hands on the mat and shift it forward so we're in our tabletop. In our tabletop, we're going to start with our cat-cow. This time, our tabletop cat-cow, not our seated one. So once again, inhale, drop the belly, slightly look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. There's no rush, just enjoy these movements. Couple more. And back together, take an inhale, reaching up. Exhale, thread the needle. We're going to rest down here. If you want to incorporate a deep stretch, place palms on top of each other, encourage that lower arm away from the body, or you can do a different kind of stretch where we bend our back arm behind the body. Up to you. Slow and steady breath. Let's inhale, reach back up, slowly releasing. And exhale, bring that hand down. Then take this straight through into the other side. So inhale, reaching up with the opposite arm. Exhale, thread the needle. So once again, you can place palms on top of each other, encourage that lower arm away from the body, or come back over the top, back behind the body with the other arm. It's up to you.
The light was leaving in the west, it was blue. The children like sing, skipping just like the stones they do. The voices echo across the way. Getting late. Just
Let's slowly and gently release. Inhale, bring that arm back up. And exhale, bring that hand down onto the mat.
was just
From here, we're going to release the hands, shifting our weight back on the mat. We're going to come into our camel pose. So this is a heart and chest opener. So either for this pose, if you cannot reach around and make contact with the ankles, you can tuck under the toes, bring them a little bit closer to the body, or just take your hands, place them in the small of your back and stretch like that. You're getting the exact same stretch. It's your choice what you're comfortable with. So coming back into your stretch, focusing on puffing out through the body. We're not letting our pelvis come back. If you're finding that your pelvis sitting back a bit, you look really awkward like this, just either tuck under the toes or do this one. Just means you're overstretching, your spine's not quite flexible enough to come into the full progression. So just listen to your body, do what feels right for you. Focusing on the breath.
Just sunset and the moon, not so far behind. Give us just enough light to lay underneath the stars. Listen to all the
Let's release nice and slow, and we're coming back into our child's pose. Round the back, don't swoop into the back, create a nice round, and focusing on the breath.
I just want to say the photo record.
And shift our weight forward back to our tabletop. Going to tap under our toes. So come up, push up with the hips to our downward dog. And focus on stretching out our legs, so cuddling the feet here.
Just chill, watch an episode. Take off my shoes to say, I just don't want to stand up on my own. Take a step in these downs. I can't best to realize. I just want to say the photo record. Just a second.
Coming back, pressing heels towards the mat. And up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees in towards the chest. And straightening the legs, going to come down into our dolphin, so onto the forearms, making sure we're keeping the head nice and free. We're focusing on the breath. And coming back up onto the hands, we're going to shift our weight forward, so we're in our plank, and we're going to slowly lower down onto the mat. Once we're down here on the mat, on our bellies, tuck your hands in towards your armpits. We're going to take an inhale As we exhale, pressing up into our cobra, making sure we're keeping our shoulders down away from the ears. It's really easy to come up like this, but it's not good for our shoulders or our neck. So keep the shoulders down. If you need to, bring a bend into the elbows, bring the hands further apart, or just come into our baby cobra. You're still going to get the same stretch. So just listen to your body, do what's right for you. I don't want anyone leaving this class with more tension than they started with. That's definitely not the plan. Just another breath here, nice and slow. And when you're ready, come back down onto the mat. We're going to come into our scorpion stretch, so at least 2 on each side. Take your time. When you're ready, we are coming back into the center. We're going to bring our feet out so they're really nice and far apart, creating a really big amount of distance. Placing elbows on the mat so we can cup our chin in our crocodile. It's going to be like this. Make sure you keep your shoulders down. To start off, we're just going to wobble our hips, loosening into our lower back. And if you feel like you look funny, but it's really good for your back. From here, going to come into an alternating, see what it's called, alternating looking at your feet, alternating bending your knees. So take an inhale, look over to one knee, bend towards body, exhale back to the center. Inhale over to the other side, exhale back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Continuing this in your own timing. There's no rush. Couple more. From here, going back into the center, keep your shoulders down. We're going to bend both knees, bring our feet in together. This is our full crocodile. From here, we're going to just close your eyes, focusing on the breath. Slow, long and steady inhales and exhales.
Keep still, breathe and hurt. Birds on leave, no, we're all one of us will die. Something, that's why
From here, we're going to release, bring your feet back down to the mat, bring them back in together. We're going to be lifting our bodies up, and we're going to shift our weight back, round your back, come to child's pose. Just a few breaths here. Shifting your weight up, we're going to bring our hips down. We're coming down onto the back. So into our last few postures before we start our meditation. So start up, just bring your knees into your chest. Give them a bit of a rock from side to side. Some circles, whatever you feel comfortable with. And bring the legs down and extending. We're going to take an inhale, bring your arms up and back. We're stretching and lifting all the way from the fingertips down to the toes. Coming up into our Ardha Buddha on one side, so use one foot, push your way up onto the side. No, that's to cut up from you guys. So pushing up onto the side, either arms resting on top of each other or arm resting along the body. Feel free to close your eyes. And over to the other side. And now coming down onto the back, arms beside the body. We are starting our meditation. So lying there in Shavasana, closing your eyes. Letting go of any and all effort, tension, and stress in the body. Right now, you are completely comfortable and completely at ease. You're not being asked to do anything. Right now, this time is purely for you, your body, and your mental health. Just take this opportunity and notice how you're feeling, noticing any areas of stiffness, soreness in the body, noticing any areas that feel better than when you first started. Relax your body, relax your forehead, the space in between your eyebrows, relax your cheeks, all the little muscles around your lips, mouth, and jaw. Relax your shoulders, both equally distanced away from your ears. Relax your hips, both equally as heavy, sinking into your mat. And relax your hands and feet. Let them become heavy, hanging beside the body. Let them drop out to the sides. Turn your attention to the breath, focusing on creating slow and steady, long inhales in through the nose, feeling your chest and belly rise with air, taking in the beautiful relaxation we've cultivated through this practice. And as you exhale, squeeze your navel back in towards the spine, fully and completely empty that breath back out through the nose, and let your body become heavier and heavier, sinking into your mat with every exhale. For the last remaining 5 or so minutes, I'm going to leave you guys in stillness and silence just to enjoy this practice. Focus on the breath, notice how you're feeling, just enjoy the mindfulness. Let's slowly begin to incorporate some soft and gentle movement back into the body. Wriggle your fingers and your toes, gently letting your head rock from side to side. Just slowly waking up, coming back to this moment. When you're ready with your next inhale, let's draw the arms up and back behind the head on the mat. Stretch and lengthen all the way from your fingertips down to your toes. When you're ready, draw your hands into prayer at the heart. I honor and respect the place in you where the whole universe resides. A place of peace, light, and love. When you're in that place and I'm in that place, we are in the same place and we are one. Namaste, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me for another Zoom practice. I hope that YouTube practice, actually, I filmed this on Zoom, but you guys watch it on YouTube. I hope that you enjoyed it, you got something good out of it. Bodies feel good, minds feel good. Watching this in the morning or during the day, hope you smash the rest of your day. Watching this in the evening, I hope you have really, really good sleep tonight. As always, thank you so much. So grateful for every person that watches it, takes time to do it. Really hope it is helping and hope that everyone's doing really well. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you.